Hi guys, so we're down here at the shop. You can see we've got a little bit of a video here for you, kind of a good news bad news video. We did go racing this past Saturday. I'm not sure exactly what all Dallas said in the video or what she didn't say, so I'm just going to kind of briefly say that we didn't do any videoing in the shop last week. Really just kind of done some preventative maintenance, changed a few minor things here and there, and we showed up at Talladega Short Track and raced this past Saturday. So if you hadn't already, hit that subscribe button, like, share, comment. Hope you enjoy the racing. I'll catch you back at the end of the race night here to fill you in on what all happened.
We are unloaded and ready for tonight. We drew, I think, a 58, so there's no telling where we'll be in a heat race, but we'll see where we stack up in a little bit as far as where we'll start. Hopefully we start out better than we did last week. We did make a lot of changes to this car again, and hoping that it's a lot better this week from the start than it was last week. So we'll be up here in just a little bit to haul out. Alright guys, looks like it's going to be pretty dry tonight. That's what we're looking like. The driver felt like the car was okay, not any huge changes here for the heat race. We will start third row inside. We'll start fifth here in this heat race.
All right, Talladega.
some changes. Alright guys, so what we're looking like, they got the shock off the right rear here. We're making some changes on the spring smasher in there, trying to get just a little bit better coming off the corner. So we'll start fourth here in the feature outside second row. Best case scenario for us because Brad definitely likes his outside here. So I'll keep you guys in the loop if they do anything crazy, but I don't foresee that happening. This is probably going to be the main thing here. So we'll roll out short. Actually, it's probably going to be just a little bit. Let's see here. So this is what we're looking like. Factory stock heats, and then you got these are two makeup features from a couple weeks ago. You got 604, 602 factory stocks, and then modifieds. So we are the first feature for tonight, but there is 2 makeup features before us. So there's only 4 features tonight. So hopefully, actually 6. But hopefully they get the ball rolling. We get this thing on the road. Alright guys, gonna make a last minute change here on the left rear. Brad went up there and watched some of the factory stocks and felt like he needed something here on the left rear. So we're gonna make that change. We've already took the lift out, so we're having to use the jack. Going old school here. But anyway, we'll make this change, and hopefully it's the right change to make. she shut off. I think we may have lost a motor.
Yeah, I smell it. Smells like a burn.
Alright guys, so little recap there. It lost oil pressure and something hit him in the face, and it is cool. So we got an issue, obviously. So the motor will have to come out and have to be rebuilt. So that will probably put us down for a couple of weeks, maybe a couple of months. We'll just have to kind of see how everything is financially, and then figure out what we need to do from there. So we'll get this thing out and get it twisted as soon as we can. That's who we'll be rebuilding it. Hopefully they don't find anything majorly wrong, and it truly did just spin a bearing and didn't get the crank and all that. But we'll get a word with Brad in just a second. Possibly he's really dejected. You can imagine, because motors are not cheap and they're several grand to get it rebuilt. So like I said, we'll get a word with him in just a second.
Alright, so there you can see we had kind of an eventful night. Hot laps was strange. Heat race was a little strange. Things happened that don't normally happen. There was some wild rubbing and racing, just all kinds of different sort of things. But you saw there in the feature we pulled off. The bad news of the video is, I think I'm not going to say we lost a motor, because I shut the engine off, but definitely think we hurt a motor. Everything that it's leaning towards, I feel like it may be a head gasket. Don't know that for sure, certain. Obviously, still we kind of go looking at it a little bit deeper and all. Felt like during the heat race it was kind of hammer down, and didn't really feel like I could gain on any of the guys in front of me. Felt like everything was just all it had. And then in the feature, I guess about 3 laps into the feature, it felt like the motor kind of started getting a little weaker. Also, I know I'm not sure if you can see it in the video yet, was struggling to get side bite and forward drive. I know me and David, we race hard every time me and him are around each other, and we know we can race each other hard and not have to worry about the other one running over one another. But he drove it off into the top side in 1 and 2, and I was right in there behind him trying to run the same line, and he ended up getting over the cushion and hitting the wall. And when he hit the wall, he kind of came back down, and I was trying to go underneath him and caught him with the right rear here. And I don't know if you can see it in the video. Like I said, I haven't seen the video yet, but the body bracing got shoved up on the right rear tire, and check that out. So that's probably a good reason I didn't have any side bite. Probably a good reason I didn't have much forward traction either. The body bracing was ripping the tire apart. But nonetheless, we kind of survived, sort of. And I think Mario ended up breaking a tie rod and really didn't have nowhere to go with him. All just kind of racing deals, and me and him kind of side-swapped a little bit. Don't think anything got hurt through either one of those incidents, but just kind of survived. Was running, I don't know, 4th or 5th or so with a couple laps to go, and like I said, the motor started kind of getting weak and laying down, and I really truly should have just pulled off, but I didn't. But I went down the back straightaway, noticed the oil pressure dropped. Before I could reach up and shut it off, I got hit in the face with water and oil. The water that came out of the overflow here, you can see it's kind of oily. We didn't pull the radiator cap Saturday night. This is why we didn't do really a recap Saturday night, or I didn't. Obviously, we was just trying to kind of get looked over, make sure there wasn't no holes in the block or oil pan or nothing, and try and get loaded up, get home, and everything at a decent time. So I know Dallas talked, I just don't know what she said. But we feel like that's what happened. Like I said, there was no holes in the block, no holes in the oil pan, so don't feel like nothing came apart. We're hoping nothing came apart. You know, like I said, I feel like it may be a head gasket issue. Maybe a little oil got mixed into the water, and maybe it was just enough oil to where the pickup just wasn't picking it up, and it caused the oil pressure to drop. I don't know. You know, I know a little bit about motors, know enough to get in trouble, so I don't know if that's possible or if that's worse than the other. I don't know. I feel like it won't be as bad if it was water getting into the oil. Obviously we can know that if we pull the drain plug and see any kind of milkshake color. But we're hoping. I feel like I would not want to see milkshake versus oil in the water. So obviously oil in the water, you're losing compression, you're losing horsepower. So that would make sense if that's the case. Like I said, I don't know. All we did, we pulled the hood off and just kind of looked to make sure nothing was coming out the bottom end or anything Saturday night. So anyways, another good thing. I know this may sound weird, and it's definitely not typical for what you would normally think, but I would much rather it have blowed up or blowed a head gasket or whatever with me, rather than me selling it and somebody taking it out the first night and having an issue like that. You know, it's easy to, and it's quick. I was quick to say Saturday night that I should have just left it on jack stands. It's been for sale. Should have just left it there and not touched it. But obviously, like I said, I would much rather do it with me than me sell it and somebody go out the first night and lose a motor. So I did talk to Morgan at Twisted, or I didn't, Dallas did. They was parked right beside us Saturday night with Mario, and she spoke to Morgan, and obviously Morgan said that they can go through it and get it took care of, and they're I think she said they was roughly a month or so behind, but you know, we told her it would come to her, but we just don't know when yet. So obviously we're gonna get it pulled out, not tonight, not even gonna wash it tonight. I'm just worried about getting the trailer unloaded, getting everything unloaded, that way the trailer wasn't in the shop. With the trailer in the shop, you really can't walk around that much in there and all, so just trying to get that emptied out, and I'll try to get it washed one day this week or so and go a little further. But until then, that's going to be it. We appreciate everybody watching. Like I said earlier, if you hadn't, hit that subscribe button, like, comment, share. We want to say appreciate everyone who helps us out. Team PPM Racing Products, BB Designs, Warp Speed Performance Parts, WJI Enterprises, Apparel Co, Gorsuch Performance, Stop Tech Brakes, Penske Shocks, all of you guys over here on YouTube, everybody that's still over on Patreon. Obviously every bit of that helps out, so we appreciate each and every one of you. If you hadn't, check that out. We'll catch you guys on the next one.